Welcome to Who the Fuck? It's the show that aims to take a deep dive into some of the acts announced for Reading Leeds 2019. In today's episode, we're looking at the Japanese House. The Japanese House is a one-woman kind of, I don't know, I don't even know how you would explain her. Singery song, alternative singery, songwriter, electric person. We'll go into that. If you've never heard of them before, hopefully this video will help answer the question, who the f*** is the Japanese House? The Japanese House, aka Amber Bain, is from Buckinghamshire in the UK. She gets her name, the Japanese House, from a house that she used to go on holiday to in Cornwall, owned by Kate Winslet. There's a story about her dressing up as a girl and breaking another girl's heart. I can't remember what it is. I read into it, it's interesting. She has this kind of electronic synth dream pop kind of sound, is probably the way I would describe it. Pretty loose, I know. She's currently signed to Dirty Hit, the same record label as the 1975 and Wolf Alice. Matthew and George from the 1975 both helped her write and produce her first EP, so that makes sense. Dirty Hit seems to be one of these kind of record labels that are really into pushing artists to find themselves, which I quite like. I think musically it would be easy to draw comparisons to people like Bon Iver.
Stay at the Ace Hotel, call loud. I would just be floating to you now.
James Blake.
But what she really wanted was
Radiohead. Imogen Heap. I get a lot of Imogen Heap in her music. Those kind of electronic, alternative indie artists. Her most popular song is a record called Cool Blue. It's currently sat on 1.4 million hits on YouTube. But I first came across her music with the record Still.
oh, she's running out again. I know you're over that. I know that look you didn't want. You're all I got.
I remember, I think it was probably on an old Radio 1 Zane Lowe show that Matty and George from the 1975 were promoting their debut album, and they were talking about other artists they like. They mentioned the Japanese House, and I think it was the first time I heard her music played on radio. And then remember, I think Majestic Casual ended up playing some of it on their YouTube channel. I should really start checking that channel out again. Shouts out to Majestic Casual. To date, she's released 4 EPs. That's something that I don't think people do anymore. People just rush so fast into releasing an album. So giving herself these little bodies of work to release every year is something that I think people should do more. Please take note, Drake. I think this is extra important before you release your debut album, because you're still trying to figure out who you are as an artist, you know? Which is why I think that second album becomes such a daunting task for so many people, because they put everything they've ever had into their debut. When it comes around to writing their second album, they don't have anything left. Get it all out in the EPs beforehand, then you have your debut, and then the second album's nice and easy. That's my thought process anyway. This thing is something that Dirty Hit do quite well. I remember them doing that quite a lot with Pale Waves and the 1975 before they released their music. But her debut album, Good at Falling, is due for release in March this year. She last played Reading Festival in 2017, where she played on the Festival public stage. And my guess would be that she's probably playing the Friday along with Pale Waves and the 1975, and maybe No Rome as well. That Friday is shaping up to be a big Dirty Hit kind of day, that's for sure. But bearing in mind she hasn't been confirmed for either the Radio 1 or main stages, it's kind of the same as Blindhaven. Is she going to play the Festival or public stage again? Similar to Blindhaven, the stages don't make sense. So could this be more evidence of a new stage? I just want to make this very aware, this is pure speculation here, but who knows? If it's just those normal 8 stages again, then yeah, she'll play the Festival public, would be my guess. I think the Japanese House have a really unique sound. It reminds me of like a warm, open fire on a cold day in a pub. Like a warm hug, that's what I like about her music. Something that only people like Bon Iver and James Blake can do, in my opinion. But I'm really not sure if that sound is the kind of thing that I want from my Reading weekend. It's just a little bit too stripped back and relaxing, and yeah, I want to keep the momentum up. So I'm going to have to go with a 4 out of 10. However, her sound could be more welcomed if I'm hungover on a Sunday morning, for example. We'll just have to wait and see what day she's playing and where she's playing. Thoughts in the comments section below as always. Are you a fan of the Japanese house? Will you be going to check out her set this year? I think she's got a full live band, so I think at that point we call them a them. Who knows? I do quite like her music. I will certainly be checking out her album when that comes out next month, but I'm not sure if it's one for my Reading weekend. Thoughts in the comments section below as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.